Her story became history. She overcame every obstacle, even when it seemed impossible. All the hurt she endured, God had finally cured. She started putting herself first and found everything she needed to quench her thirst. She realized her worth, and the right one came forth. Because she did not let anyone interrupt her healing, she was introduced to a new feeling. She was no longer crying. Instead, her tears were drying. She became the woman her ex hated for her to be. She was no longer held captive because she was now carefree. She is me. What's up, Jae Butta Fam? Welcome back to a brand new video. This time, this video will be by myself. I am starting to make weekly videos for my ladies for weekly empowerment. Pretty much just trying to help women find their true love, which is self-love. So let's get into this, first self-care empowerment video. All right, and I know you're probably wondering, why did I click on this video? Because you realize that self-love is the best love. And it's okay if you're on that journey to find your self-love. Because I did not love myself, and I didn't know that I did not love myself. So here I am coming to help other women find self-love and realize that you're not alone. There are other people, there are other women out here that are going through the same thing that you're going through. That poem at the beginning, I know a lot of women can relate to that because I've been through it with more than one person. So I'm just going to go through each part of that poem and pretty much elaborate on that. And if you ladies can relate, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so that you can get these notifications every time that I post a video. Drop comments below of any advice that you need, any empowerment that you need, any video recommendations, anything. I'm here to help. I'm here for my women. I'm here to inspire, here to empower, and give you some self-care tips, self-love tips. It does not have to be as hard as you make it. So let's start off by her story became history. My story is history. It's the past. I've overcame it. That's that. She overcame every obstacle, even when it seemed impossible. It's going to seem impossible. It's going to feel like the hurt is never going to end. You're going to spend nights crying. You're going to spend nights unblocking that ex, blocking that ex, thinking about that ex. But when you sit down and you realize what's more important, weigh out your pros and cons. Is it really worth it? Is the real question. Think about all that pain that that person caused you and ask yourself, is it worth it? Do I love myself enough to move on and find something better? Did God remove this person from my life so that I can move on and find something better? Because the manipulation, the verbal abuse, the physical abuse, it's not worth it. Love yourself more than that last person because you deserve love. You are worthy of love. All the hurt she endured, God had finally cured. Give it time. It's not going to happen overnight, but I promise you, that pain is going to leave. You're going to get through it. It don't happen on your time, but God is always on time. He always is. He is not going to let you fail. He's going to let you feel that hurt. so that you know the things to look forward to or look out for in the future, so that you see the red flags in the future, so you don't cause yourself this pain again. So keep that in mind when you're going through your healing. It's going to take time. Writing, listening to music, there's so many different outlets, but do not go to drugs and alcohol. You know, I did do glasses of wine, and I wrote, which is how I started coming up with poetry. That's pretty much how I healed myself, how I realized all the things that I was going through that I let go on, not knowing that if I loved myself, those things would not be going on. She started putting herself first and found everything she needed to quench her thirst. I was not putting myself first. Not at all. I don't even know the last time I was, well, besides now, of course, when I was in a relationship and I put myself first. I'm a sweetheart. I love people. I care about people. And I went through so much in my past trying to please other people and not pleasing myself, not putting myself first. I stopped modeling because people had a lot to say about the things that I wore. Just the type of modeling that I used to do, because I do enjoy doing lingerie modeling because I love the body that I have. I didn't always have this body. In high school, I was pretty skinny, but had a little bit of butt. And then when I got to college, I was kind of like getting kind of out of control with my eating and stuff. So I did gain some weight and didn't really feel confident in myself. So, you know, I put this work in to flatten my stomach down and be curvy. Like, I love my body, and once I got that confidence and once I got that comfortable, I was doing shoots, but I wasn't getting support. So pretty much that would make me stop. Like, I took about a year or two off of modeling because I think I said it already. Because I let people dictate my life and what I was doing. I didn't have control over my life. I didn't really even have friends, honestly. But now I'm super carefree, and I encourage every woman to be carefree. Do what makes you happy. If you want to post that picture from the back, post that picture from the back. If you want to post that picture in lingerie, post that picture in lingerie. If you want to post that twerk video, post that twerk video, because those same people that are saying something about what you're posting, they aren't saying nothing about what Cardi B is posting, what Megan Thee Stallion is posting, and you know why? Because they're making money. And once you start making money, they probably will lose that energy. And if not, people are always going to have something to say. So, you know, why not just do whatever's going to make you happy at the end of the day? Because this is not their life. This is your life to live, you know? She realized her worth, and the right one came forth. Once you realize your worth, once you love yourself, someone is going to see that. Someone is going to be in love with the fact that you love yourself. They're going to be in love with the fact that they cannot walk all over you, that you have a backbone, that they cannot manipulate you. There are some people that literally get a drive from that, and I promise you, it would be so draining. It would be so toxic. You will not be happy. It's not worth how good they look. It's not worth any of that. Or that temporary feeling that you get, you know. And it's the same thing when you reach out to that ex. Is it worth it? Yeah, they might look good. Yeah, they might wine and dine you good. Or they might give you that good love feeling. But is it worth all that hurt that you endured? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. And I promise you, once you start asking yourself that question, each time you have that little feeling that you want to hit them up, call them, or anything like that, once you ask yourself that question, I promise you that feeling will go away. Every time you have that feeling, have one friend that you can call. Have one friend that you can go hang out with. You know what I'm saying? That's the key. Is to have somebody that you can fall back on to be there for you. And a real friend is going to be there for you. Even if you got to do because with COVID right now, if you got to set up a FaceTime call or a Zoom call to talk to your friend, you know what I'm saying? Do that. Do that. Please do that. Because she did not let anyone interrupt her healing, she was introduced to a new feeling. Don't let anybody interrupt your healing, okay? And I promise you, when you realize how much you love yourself and you realize how much someone else will value you, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. That new feeling will be perfect. She was no longer crying, but her tears were drying. When I tell y'all, I didn't think the crying was going to end. I did not think the crying was going to end. But praying and having that support system, I realized my tears were drying. I started doing different things, writing, reading, meditating, like talking to myself, showers with baths with candles, everything like that. Like, it helps. Get a glass of wine, sit in a bubble bath. Get some essential oils to relax your mind, put you at ease. Listen to some rain while you're in that bath. Like, when you love yourself, nobody can take that away from you. That's one thing somebody can never take away from you, unless you let them. And then the last stanza is, she became the woman her ex hated for her to be. She was no longer held captive because she was now carefree. She is me. Now, there's so many ways I can go with this last stanza. I've never been carefree. I've always lived my life walking on eggshells, wondering, if I do this, am I going to have to argue when I go home? If I go hang out with my friends, is it going to be a problem? It was just so many questions that I had to ask. So when it came to me doing stuff, it was like, I had to ask myself questions. Like, but why should I have to do that? If I want to do it, if I want to go on vacation with my friends, if I want to go have a girls' night at my friend's house, I should be able to do that without having to be like, if I ask, it's going to be attitude or, So, ladies, I'm just here to encourage you to please don't let anyone have that control over you, Yes, it's okay to feel like you have to, maybe if you're saying, my friend is having a girls' night, are you okay if I go? Like, just kind of trying to keep that person in the loop. Like, that's okay. But don't let someone stop you from doing what you want to do. You want to go to that girls' night? Go to that girls' night. If you want to post that picture, post that picture. If you want to say something, say it. Don't hold back. Because closed mouths don't get fed. So, ladies, my next video is going to be a tearjerker because I had my, I guess you could say my influencer / coach, encouraged me to share my domestic violence story. So, if you are interested in that story, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you get that notification when I drop my next video. It's going to be amazing, but it is probably going to be emotional, just as a disclaimer. So thank you all so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you all back next time.
This tastes so right, so strong and light, just feels alright. Just how I love my coffee, love my just coffee. Love my just coffee. Just how love my coffee. Pour me some coffee.